Hey, Hope City, it is Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, so that means it's time for our 7 at 7. This past Sunday, Ron Yates talked about peace and joy, and it's probably going to look backwards, but perfect peace and joy unspeakable. So I've got a few other comments to make on that, and another translation to read it from. I can't remember if Ron read it from the Mirror Bible or not, but I had in my notes written right there, Romans 5:1, and I was reading it today, just because, and it talks about peace and joy in there, and I thought that was a perfect summary of what he was talking about. So I'm going to read Romans 5 verse 1 and 2. I'm going to start out in the New King James, and I'm going to bounce over to the Mirror Bible. So thank you all for joining me, and hopefully, prayerfully, you get something from this that will help set you free, give you a little bit of hope, some encouragement that this is a life that God is calling us to, that Jesus is saying, follow me, and he's empowered us to do it. So we are empowered to live a life that he's called us to live. So it says, therefore, having been justified by faith. Remember the Old Testament, the quote several times in the Bible is, the just shall live by faith. Having been justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. That word peace, I'm going to get into that in the Mirror Bible because it really defines that and explains it. So just remember that. But it says, through whom also we have access by faith into this grace in which we stand and rejoice. And that word rejoice is often also translated joy. So, and enjoy, with joy in hope of the glory of God. So we rejoice in hope of the glory of God. We have peace with God made through our Lord Jesus Christ, Paul says. So let me jump over and read this in the Mirror Bible. And I posted them on the parts there. So let me get to that. Let me get this alert off there. There we go. All right. So it says, the conclusion is clear. Our righteousness has absolutely nothing to do with our ability to keep moral laws. That right there is enough to be excited about and to thank God and thank Jesus for dying for me so that I don't have to perform a certain way in order to get God to love me, care about me, or show any mercy towards me. He's already done that through Jesus. So our righteousness has nothing to do with our ability to keep moral laws. It is the immediate result of what Jesus accomplished on mankind's behalf. Jesus did it for us because we couldn't do it. He became everything that we couldn't so that we could become everything that he was. It says this gives context to faith and finds expression in unhindered face-to-face friendship with God. And that word friendship is the word also translated peace. It says Jesus Christ is head of this union. So let me jump down and talk about this word peace. And I'm not going to get into the Greek word and how to pronounce and all this stuff, but that word friendship means peace, but it means to join, or it means to set at one again. So when you think of that word peace, it's not just peace and harmony and nobody's fighting and arguing. It means to be set at one again, to basically come back into perfect union and alignment with your Creator. It talks about in carpentry, it is referred to as a dovetail joint. The two pieces of wood slide perfectly together to form one, to be unified. So you're at peace. I like thinking it's like two pieces coming together to form one piece. It's like pieces of a puzzle. They're not complete until they're joined together. It also says peace is a place of unhindered enjoyment of friendship, beyond guilt, beyond suspicion, beyond blame, or inferiority. So that word Paul uses saying we are brought together, set at one again with God, and we are now in a place of unhindered enjoyment of friendship that is beyond guilt, beyond suspicion, beyond blame, or beyond any inferiority. And I know that will just corkscrew religious minds right off their head, and I kind of stuttered there, but that's okay. But it just gets people thinking, like, can we really be seen that way, that we don't have to see ourselves as inferior to God. We're one with Christ. We are his body. He is the head. We are not trying to obtain to something. He's already given us everything. He's given us everything that he had, we have. So let me jump down to verse 2. It says, Jesus is God's face-to-face grace embrace for the entire human race. That was very rhymey, but that's okay. So here we are standing tall in this joyful bliss of our redeemed innocence. So again, we have joy is there because of our redeemed innocence. It's not something we have to just make happen. It's not something we have to force to happen. Joy is there because we have a redeemed innocence. We are God's dream come true. This was God's idea all along. So this is not something that we are just trying to force to happen. When you get born again, your spirit gets recreated into the image and likeness of Christ. It is back. The last Adam, who Jesus is, our spirit gets transformed to look just like him. So everything that Jesus had, we have in our spirits. It's up to us to renew our minds to that fact, to see the world through the eyes of Jesus. That's why Paul says in 2 Corinthians 5 that he sees no one according to the flesh anymore. Because if Jesus saw people according to the flesh, he would not have got on the cross. He would have said, sorry, you all, forget it. You guys treat me like dirt. Not going to happen. But he saw the spirit of man, who they were originally created to be. He saw their purpose, their destiny, their potential, their original blueprint design was seen by him. And he said, this is what we need to redeem. This is what we need to get mankind to see themselves back as. So, and when they do, they'll realize that it's not from their performance, it's from what Jesus did. And, the immediate result is what was accomplished by Jesus on mankind's behalf. And that is what gives us peace. And because of that perfect union back with God, it brings joy to us. So that's my 7 minutes. Have a great Thursday night. Stay warm. And just, it's going to get cold. That's called winter, I guess. So enjoy the warmth of your house. Make a fire if you can. If you don't have a fireplace, don't make a fire inside. So anyway, God bless you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.